Batman. Batman. We live in a society. A society. It's a fucking society. Yeah, Batman. Live in a society. TJ, you're being creepy. Shut up. You don't understand me. You don't understand the fucking first goddamn thing about anything. You're a lunatic. You're a fool. You're a fucking fool. You wouldn't get it. Yeah. It's too deep. It's too deep for you. Yeah, you're just you're au contraire, my little fish stick, you know. Hey, TJ. Hey, Jamie. Society lives in a we. Whoa. Just blew my fucking mind, man. You're too deep. You're too fucking deep. How do you even fucking get that deep, huh? Cheer me up, TJ. I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood too, so there's not gonna be any cheering up from me. Don't worry about it. Embrace the mood. I'm not sleepy though. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to sleep. TJ makes 120 grand a year. I did the math. Cool. Dope. Guess just one of those days. Is it? This is one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Something sucks. If I had your way, I just might break your fucking face tonight. Hope you know a pack of chainsaw. What? Skin your ass raw. I don't know all the words, obviously. But that's generally that song, right? I think, kind of. TJ's a neo-lib for not supporting Force the Vote, yes. Yeah. Give me something to break. Yeah. I like breaking things. I mean, it's Fred Durst, so it's like, you know, how important it really is to get it right. Chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. I support FTV, but supporting it. I saw a bunch of other dudes came out for Richard Dawkins too, like Daniel Dennett. Always my least favorite of the fucking Four Horsemen. Daniel Dennett was. I never understood what the big deal about that fuck was. Steven Pinker. You know. Sam Harris, I don't know. He's got his... I think Sam Harris's main issue for me is like his gigantic ego distorts his ability to see shit. And it's pretty bad if I'm fucking calling someone out for an ego, because, like, I'm an egotistical fuck. But Sam Harris has me beat. He might have Kanye West beat. Fuck. In Sam Harris's mind, criticizing Sam Harris is like the worst sin possible. What do you think of parallels between the Doctor and Rick Sanchez? Wasn't he really more based on Dr. Emmett Brown from Back to the Future? Isn't Sam Harris a race realist? That's the first I've heard of anything like that. but I don't know. Fucking maybe. I don't believe anything that's said about someone unless I've gone and investigated myself, just because there's so many fucking aspersions cast at people. It's like kind of hard. Do you think Hitchens would have been as popular if he didn't have that suave British accent? I don't know if he'd be as popular, but I don't think that was the only thing he had going for him. Pretty sure he's a piece of shit, though. Maybe, I don't know. I know he's had some fucking opinions that I don't agree with, but I don't really consider that to be enough to like slap the piece of shit label on him. I guess if he was really going around calling himself a race realist, I'll call him a piece of shit, because that's just like code for racist. But you know, failing that, there's probably not many opinions he could hold that I would be like, oh, well, you're a total piece of shit then. Pretty much reserve that for like out and out bigots. You gotta go pretty far for me to just like dismiss you. The remaining 4 horsemen have outstayed their welcome, to be honest. But then again, who the fuck am I? I mean, I don't know. Sam Harris, I haven't heard shit from him in like years. I know he's still out there doing his thing. I don't pay attention. Daniel Dennett, I never cared for, but I just saw him come to Dawkins' defense. Dawkins obviously is off his fucking rocker. You know, and fucking Hitchens is dead, so. Sam Harris's mom created the Golden Girls? Or Vosh's mom created the Golden Girls? Who created the Golden Girls? What's going on? Yeah, Richard Dawkins is still alive. Who care? Sam Harris's mom created the Golden Girls. Oh, okay. Well, so what? Is that supposed to be a negative? Senor Tomat was assassinated not too long ago. The rumors of Senor Tomat's death have been greatly exaggerated. That's all I'll say to you. TJ does cringe. Cool. God damn it, didn't even vote for support. Didn't even force the vote. The fuck? Dairy Maine. Yeah, I never really found Kanye annoying so much as I just found him funny. Nice dumpling and chicken video. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Why didn't you go on Paul's 420 cast, huh? I don't know what that is. What's Paul's 420 cast? What is your favorite book? I don't know. Probably something in the Stephen King library, honestly. I like a lot of Stephen King. You know, Paul thinks you're a centrist now. That's fine. I don't really get too hung up on political labels. I feel like people throw them around willy-nilly, and they don't really mean much. You can't fundamentally change what I believe by labeling it a certain way, so I don't really get too hung up on it. Call me a centrist, call me a fucking socialist, call me a communist, I don't give a shit. People, I get labeled everything from like alt-right to communist and everything in between, like constantly, so it's really not too much of a concern for me. A Nazi? Yeah, I mean, if you want to, I mean, I don't. It's just a word, right? So you can slap whatever word you want. You can't actually change what I believe just by slapping a word on it. Yeah, I'm a communist, capitalist, socialist, libertarian, centrist, anarchist, conservative. That's how I identify. A lot of debates, a lot of political debates just kind of boil down, and even Vosh is really guilty of this shit, just arguing over definitions of words. Like the whole tanky arc was basically just like different groups of people arguing over the definition of socialist and what a socialist truly is, as if there is some actual definition that is going to be discovered. Like, here is the objective definition of this fucking broad concept that has contained thinkers from all over the political spectrum. It's like, oh, okay. Like, leftist thought is like super broad. That's why there's all this fucking theory out there, right? We're gonna decide what, oh, but this is the real stuff. It's like, okay. That's why it's just a pointless thing. Argue over the ideas, don't worry about the labels. The labels are just a bunch of bullshit. Getting hung up on that. Who's a real socialist? Like, who has the better ideas is the real question. I don't care who fucking fits the definition of some stupid fucking word. Tankies are dipshits, though. Authoritarianism is cringe. Yeah. Authoritarianism does suck, but what are you gonna do? Authoritarianism is just a label. Yeah. I mean, it is. I have a meaning when I say it, but I don't know if my meaning necessarily matches someone else's. But I don't think that, I don't think that I'm an authoritarian. But some people think anyone who believes in any form of state is an authoritarian. So it's like, a lot of this shit's subjective based on where you are in the spectrum. Yeah. I don't disagree with that. We should ban religion. I don't think it's productive. I look sweaty? I don't believe I'm sweaty. No, I'm not sweaty at all. It's probably just the glare of the light. Is any of your art for sale? Not at this time. And thank you for the $5, Devin. I look scruffy? Okay. A couple days ago, one of my coworkers said that Obama is a Marxist. I was completely dumbfounded, dude. They're just like, your coworker just doesn't know what a fucking Marxist is, right? So it's like, whatever. It's like, okay, you don't know what that word means. That's fine. I don't really know what a Marxist is. I know Obama isn't it. But, I try to read the Communist Manifesto. I'm just like, ugh, this is boring. I don't need to know that. I don't need this. This isn't enriching anything I'm doing. I don't give a fuck about this. Get this out of here. I already know this shit. I get it. I get it enough. I know enough. If I really need to know, I'll watch a YouTube video or something. How can you not know what it is not when you don't know what it is? because I know enough about what it is to know what it isn't. It's like, I don't really know. I don't know how to make ice cream. You know what I mean? Like, I know some basic shit. I know there's like rock salt is involved and shit. But like, if someone hands me a brick, I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's ice cream, right? I don't need to necessarily know every little detail about ice cream as a fucking thing. I don't need to know everything that's in it and how it's made and like what the process is and all that stuff to know what ice cream is in a basic sense. So, Remember the time Paul cheated on a drinking contest with Cherry 7-Up? No. Ugh. Enacting socialism by forcing their work always turns to fascism, then gets called socialism by CIA bad faith actors for decades. The Red Scare goes on. This is why tankies are wrong. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know what that process is. I don't know if that's how it works. Maybe. Sean Johnson, $5. Thank you kindly. Very generous, very sweet. Thoughts on being for those beings who stand open. You're just yammering. Get out of here. I almost took you seriously for a second. Who's more miserable on a daily basis, you or Paul? Probably Paul. I don't really consider myself very miserable on a daily basis. Had to improvise what? Yeah, I don't really consider myself to be miserable very often. I mean, there are times when I'm miserable, but it's not really a thing for me too much. TJ is a happy boy. I wouldn't really say that either. I don't know. I don't really feel like I'm usually excessively happy or miserable. I feel like I'm pretty usually in the middle, which I feel like is normal. Paul is neurotic, he's just mild anger issues. I don't really feel like we need to sit here trying to diagnose Paul with various things. If you want to talk to Paul about Paul's emotional state, he's probably better to bounce ideas off of than I am. He is that he is, yeah. TJ is God. That's a good statement. I like that statement. Excuse me. Cheshire Cat looks happy. The Cheshire Cat's always happy. Sorry, my legs like to bounce around. Pretty annoying that Paul won't admit Biden is better than Trump. I mean, it's such a marginal difference that I really can't get too upset about him not fucking wanting to get down in the nitty gritty and be like, well, because I mean, as of now, like, I can spot some differences, but like, they're pretty fucking, it's like arguing over inches, but we'll see. It's pretty early in his administration. TJ, are you still a fan of boxing? What are some of your favorite fights? I'm a boxer. If you ever come to LA, I'm offering a free training session. I just think I'm too old. At what point am I just too old? Like, I just need to give up on like any sort of like physical improvement. Like, at what point can I just say, all right, I give up? Is 36 too early? What about 40? 45, 50? Like, when can I just officially give up on ever improving myself physically? You know what I mean? Like, Rocky was never too old, but Rocky was never in my shape either. He was always like buff and muscular and shit. Yeah, I don't really watch boxing too much. I like Butterbean and I like Mike Tyson. I've watched some of their fights on YouTube. That's what I'm into. I'm into like the guys that do a lot of knockouts and stuff. I appreciate the advice you gave me last month about Disney stock. Yeah. Well, I believe in Disney stock. If you're going to invest, I think Disney is a pretty solid one. Do you hear Vosh calling the Dark Knight trilogy conservative propaganda? I mean, it depends on how you read the series. I think if you're going to actually look at what Christopher Nolan intended, then there is kind of that there. But I think if you look at it with a more sympathetic eye towards the villainous characters, then, you know, like, because when I watch The Dark Knight, I ain't rooting for fucking Batman, okay? You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at it from the perspective of the Joker. I'm looking at the Joker as the hero of the film, so that to me, it's not a conservative movie when you look at it that way. So, well, Batman is, of course, Batman is a fucking, I mean, he's a rich guy that wants to deal with crime by literally spending his money to buy jets and tanks and stuff to go beat the shit out of poor people. Like, that's Batman's deal. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to argue that he's not an authoritarian. As a longtime fan, I remember when you turned 30, your response on DP was gross. Yeah. The movie's intention is for you to root for Batman, though. Yeah, but, like, who fucking cares what the intention of a film is? You can bring whatever you want into a movie. Like, the authorial intent is worth considering, but is it the only thing worth considering? No. But here's the thing: even if the Dark Knight trilogy is an inherently conservative trilogy, that doesn't really say one thing or another about its artistic merits. Like, it could easily push a conservative agenda and still be good films. You know, I don't think agreeing with my politics is a prerequisite for a great film. I don't think agreeing with my beliefs is a prerequisite for art in general. I mean, I like Johnny Cash. He's super Christian. He sang a lot of very religious songs. I like those songs. I am not religious. I think religion is stupid. But I can still enjoy the faith and sincerity that he brings to those songs, because I can see that he's genuine in what he presents. I think that's more important to me than necessarily agreeing with me. Now, there comes a point where if we have an agreement that's so profound that it's like, you know, really insulting to me, then I guess that might change my opinion. But I don't think that I don't think there's anything in the Dark Knight series that says that to me. Even the stuff that maybe would have been that, where Batman is like engaging in that sort of NSA wiretapping shit, as soon as the threat of the Joker is gone, he destroys that equipment. So I think it's like kind of saying like, yeah, we did these crazy measures to catch this one fucking criminal because he's so far beyond the pale. And I think that makes sense to me logically, depending on how you apply it, though. If you apply it to like sort of the George W. Bush war on terrorism sort of era and look at it as a justification of that, then I don't think that it holds up. But if you're looking at it as like, hey, if someone is like an imminent threat to, you know, the lives of civilians and shit in a mass level, then, you know, can we bend the rules a little bit to catch that person? I think you probably can. You know, and then deal with whatever repercussions there might be for that later. But I mean, really, the concept of a vigilante in general is kind of a fucked up concept. So, like, if you're going to get into the superhero genre at all, you kind of have to accept that, you know, it's going to be a thing. But yeah, I mean, you can look at art through a number of lenses. I mean, like if someone presents to you art that is honest, that comes from a genuine place, then you can have a genuine reaction to that, and your reaction doesn't have to be what they intended it to be. You know, you can have a different understanding and still find merit in it. Dark Knight Rises does not hold up. Yeah, I never liked that one. I think the series was I don't know. I like Batman Begins. I like The Dark Knight. They each have some problems on their own, but nothing that overcomes the better aspects of those movies. Dark Knight Rises, though, I think is, while it has some good stuff, I don't think it overcomes its failings. But whatever. I could see that movie splitting people. It's not horrible, but it's not great. Yeah, see, like, you think it's great. I mean, that's fine. I really don't. I don't think it's. I can see what you like about it. Yeah, I think that Joker in like a cameo role or something, like as like a Hannibal Lecter sort of character that Batman maybe goes to in prison, like that could have fucking elevated that movie a little bit. Yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff in it, but whatever. I don't know. I'm over most of my fear of death. I think that was more of when I was younger. I actually cared about that stuff. Yeah, I know. That's true. Joker would have never helped Batman. I mean, the Joker definitely would have helped Batman under the right circumstances. The thing about the Joker is there's really no action that he wouldn't do if the circumstances were right. I think I think the Joker might have actually seen Batman as the lesser of two evils between Bane and Batman. You know, he might have seen Bane as like a even more draconian form of order, and therefore hypocrisy. Are you still gonna make that Marilyn Manson video? Yeah, I still am. Thank you for the $5. I just don't. I want to make it when First of all, I want to kind of see how this all plays out. You know, there's definitely like ongoing criminal investigations and stuff. I don't know. Maybe one of those is going to turn some up. I don't want to fucking put my ass out there in the wind and then one of these investigations turns up stuff. It's like, oh, I was totally wrong. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give it some time, you know? Let it fucking die down. See what the fuck is, see how the fucking shit plays out. Give there a chance to be some fucking fact finding and stuff. But like I've found some major holes in a lot of the stories that have been put forth. But just because you find a hole doesn't mean that that's enough to discredit everything that's been said. So I think really just like have some patience on it. Manson himself has been mum on it. So obviously like he's in that same boat where he's just like kind of like waiting for the fucking shit to settle down before he speaks out. And I think that's kind of what I'm going to fucking do on that. Like I have a document that has a lot of gathered facts in it, and some stuff that I definitely think is hypocritical. But another thing is like if these women are really victims, I don't want to go out there with stuff that like besmirches their names just because I'm trying to defend some fucking teenage hero of mine either. You know what I mean? So like there's got to be some carefulness applied to that. I don't want to just go out there and be like, all those women are liars. But, there are certain fucking fame-seeking behaviors and stuff like that. But, I'm not saying that's a play there. I'm just saying there's certain things that make me go like, that's a little weird. So, like, I'll throw one thing out there as a for instance, is like several of these women, like, were very positive towards Manson after the dates where they accused him of, or after the dates where, inappropriate conduct is alleged, to the point of like introducing friends to him, having friends date him, going to his concerts, etc. So, but is it like, that doesn't prove it, but that's just like one thing out of a lot of things. And it's possible that, they don't, he has such control over them that maybe they don't realize that they've been abused until they're removed from that environment where that behavior's been normalized or whatever. Like, I get that kind of stuff, but, there's a lot of weird shit. It's a lot to go over, and you're gonna have to make up your own minds, but it's gonna be a while. I personally love Dark Knight Rises. I adore Joker 2019. Are you a fan of Michael Keaton's Batman? He's confirmed a return for the Flash film. Yeah, I guess that that's fine. I was never a big fan of the Keaton Batman, but I know a lot of people really liked it. So, and I like Michael Keaton in general. But he was great in Birdman. Really loved that movie. Thought he was pretty good as the Vulture in Spider-Man. Obviously, I love him in like Beetlejuice and shit from back in the day. So, yeah. Maybe he'll do a more interesting Batman this time around. Multiplicity. Yeah, I don't know. I remember not liking Multiplicity, but it was so long ago that I saw it. So maybe if I rewatched it now, I would have different feelings. Gigi, what's with right-wingers like Styx hating Marvel? They probably think it's too woke, which is really kind of silly because Marvel really, as far as politics go, like they kind of ride that middle line. Like if anything, they're very fence-ridey and are not really taking strong stances one way or the other. But if you're fringe right-winger, you probably see it as like, oh my God, this is so performatively woke. Whereas a lot of leftists I know look at Marvel movies and be like, this is fucking military propaganda, which I think is probably closer to the truth, by the way. Michael Keaton's real name is Michael Douglas. Well, that name's already taken in Hollywood, so. Has anyone mentioned Invincible yet? I don't think so. Invincible's a good movie. Good show, rather. Marvel always had badass women. I don't know, is that true? Let me think back. I mean, I guess they had some pretty strong female characters throughout their runs. Yeah, Invincible's a really good show. Really good show. Does Lindsay Ellis still hate you? I doubt Lindsay Ellis spends much of her time worrying about my fucking ass. Elektra, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, etc. Wasn't Elektra like the like before the Marvel universe got its start proper? That was like back in the Ben Affleck days and shit. It's before Disney even owned it. I didn't think WandaVision. I thought WandaVision was pretty good right up until the end when it digressed or regressed rather into like a very typical Marvel action movie. TJ, my father's a huge conspiracy nut. I want your opinion on his take of the cops offing people. He thinks the government is setting up these events to incite black people into a race war. P.S. He's black. Yeah, I don't really see what that would accomplish. I don't really think the U.S. government has any interest in creating a race war. I also think that it's kind of weird to think that you would need like the government to like create fake racism, because like if you look at the history of our country, like there's plenty of real racism. I don't know. I severely doubt those claims, but I guess I was gonna say stranger things have happened, but no, not really. That would be the strangest thing that's ever happened if that were true. Yeah, it's pretty silly. I would assume that there's some kind of mental illness at play there, or at the very like, I don't know. Like if he was getting this, is there like some kind of Alex Jones-esque figure that's feeding him this information, or is this like of his own noodle? Because he's either brainwashed or he's gone a little nuts. In my opinion. Or he's super smart and he sees what the rest of us are too blind to see. But, that's probably the least likely explanation. But whatever. Yeah, I just wonder what the government would gain from that. And I also feel like there'd be easier ways. Like if you really want to just be like, I'm going to start a race war, I feel like you could do it easier than that. Still love you, Banana Man. Thanks, Sean Johnson. Why is Richard Dawkins off his rocker lately? Go look at the recent controversy with the American Humanist Association, or whatever the fuck it's called. Basically compared trans people to like Rachel Dolezal, and was just like, what? I wasn't trying to be offensive. Like, I don't know, man. This kind of seems like you were. DOC does from experience. Yeah, okay. What I think of Leto in the Snyder Cut, horrible. Absolutely wretched, beyond reason. Read Chaos by Tom O'Neill. There is/was a CIA project to do exactly that, work to intensify racial violence. That's why Manson stayed out of prison for so long. That sounds like conspiracy theorist nonsense, but hey, maybe, I don't know. I'd be surprised if TJ know what DOC is, haha. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Hey, I wanted to recommend Dumbest Criminals for DFF. Also, perhaps a DFF on poisons. Also, a DFF on Ted Bundy would be great, or other serial killers. We were going to do a Ted Bundy, but there was a big Netflix special that had come out on him right around that time, and we're just like, can we really do better than this Netflix special? No. So we decided not to. With Jeffrey Dahmer, we found like a very unique angle into him, but with Ted Bundy, it was just like, they've already covered the fuck out of this guy from like every angle. Like, he's been as humanized as he could possibly be, so. Thoughts on recent UFOs? I haven't really heard of any recent ones, but I'm interested. I don't know. I like UFOs. Cover Gacy as well. I think we might have. I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, I think so. We didn't humanize him very much. He was just we just did the salacious like murder clown episode, but really, I mean, there wasn't a lot more there, so at least not that anyone knows of. Have you seen them yet on Amazon Prime? No, I haven't watched that. I'm kind of over the whole like black people horror genre that's going on. Like, I get it, racism is the real horror or whatever, but I'm over it. I'm over it, man. I can, like, Get Out was good, and then everything since then has sucked. So maybe this like isn't. Maybe there's not as much fruit on that tree as you guys think. Yeah, I've heard that Sound of Metal is good. I haven't seen it. Yeah, we get it. New monster, please. Yeah. You know, if you really want to fucking have have Cthulhu show up, but he joins the KKK or something, you know. My arms are sore. I lifted some weights the other day. I think I got a little too ambitious. I forgot that my muscles are made of flab. Thought I could actually do things. What is this? What is this fucking thing? What is this blotch? I don't like it. Hollywood has no idea how to make a faithful H.P. Lovecraft adaptation. I don't know. I feel like the guy that did Color Out of Space did a pretty cool thing with it. I mean, I can't really say it was faithful, but it had a Lovecraft feel to it. Like, just in terms of its, like, scope and, like, how human beings, like, measured up within the context of, like, the Lovecraft universe. Yeah, The Lighthouse was pretty Lovecraftian, that's true. Trying to think of some other movies that are Lovecraftian. Mouth of Madness is super Lovecraftian. It seems like most of the people who get Lovecraft choose to do their own thing rather than actually directly adapting Lovecraft. Which is kind of a shame, I guess. Annihilation was kind of Lovecraftian, I guess. It was also kind of like Color Out of Space. I think it was also kind of based on Color Out of Space, though, right? You could do a DFF on BTK Killer and Richard Ramirez. I feel like we did one of those, or maybe we kind of, I don't know. I forget who we've covered as far as that goes. We'd have to look into it. Geez, can you explain to me what is a reactionary in your own words? So let me see if I can I hate definitions, especially for broad conceptual political terms, because they tend to be like so bandied about that they kind of lose their meaning. But to me, a reactionary is basically someone who is perpetually triggered by whatever progressives are up to, because progressives are always trying to push the envelope in some way, push society into embracing new things, and I think the reactionary is the counterforce that's like, no new things. I'm scared of new things. That'd be my functional definition of what a reactionary is. Someone who reacts to the things being pushed in terms of social progress. I think that's a pretty good functional definition, but there's probably better ones. Thanks, Sean. You're a sweetie. They're also left-wing reactionaries. Yeah, I don't really feel like that's true. But maybe it is. I don't fucking know. Once again, I don't want to get in a semantics debate. It's just like, hey, I have some syllables here. Do you think these people fit into my syllable thing? It's like, maybe, I don't know. Depends on how you're defining it. I think they can be labeled with the syllables, don't you? It's like, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I told Paul he's got to do the talent show, so that's on Paul at this point. You know, Paul agreed to do the talent show, so you gotta bug Paul about that. Yeah, reactionaries. They react to things, right? Like these reaction channels, they're a bunch of reactionaries. Yeah. Did you do psychedelics and what happened? I did, and it was fun. Nothing happened. I tripped. I don't know what you want. It doesn't make things happen. It just makes you trip balls. Like, what do you want from me? When's the Paul and Vosh mud wrestling fight gonna happen? I don't know. Shrooms compared to acid. Acid usually makes you feel more on edge and it lasts longer. Shrooms is usually a little bit more of a mellow vibe, provided you don't freak out, and doesn't last as long. Frozen or Tangled? I can't even stand Frozen, so probably Tangled. Yeah, I mean, I didn't learn anything new about myself tripping. I had a good time. Shrooms make me go to bed. Cool. Well, that's neat. So one thing that's cool about shrooms and me is that if I'm on shrooms, I can actually trim my nose hairs without it tickling. So next time I'm on shrooms, I'm gonna trim my nose hairs for sure. Because if I do it when I'm not on shrooms, it tickles. So. So that's good. DMT. Did you experience ego death? No, I've never felt that particular sensation. Don't smoke Mario Karts. I've been watching your channel since 12 years now. You and Hitchens are responsible for my atheism, and I thank you for it, as it was a beautiful intellectual awakening. Love you, bro. Well, thank you. That's nice. What a nice person with a nice chat. Some nice money. Yeah, I don't know. I think my ego's too big to die, maybe. Do you collect anything? I can't really say that I collect anything per se, but I do I guess I collect just things I think are cool. I don't know. I don't have a formal collection of any kind, I guess. I guess I used to collect comic books back in the day. But yeah, I don't collect those anymore. So yeah, I got some Joker stuff. but I don't really consider myself like a collector of Joker things. Like if I see something that has the Joker on it, I don't just automatically buy it. Like I have to like actually like it, you know. Whereas if I was a collector, I feel like I'd just buy anything that had the Joker on it. But I don't do that, so. Yeah, I feel like if you start believing in God on the basis of something that happened to you while you were tripping balls on drugs, then you're kind of a dumbass. Do I have a favorite city I've visited? No. Did I ever visit a cockpit before 9/11? Not that I recall. I know sometimes they used to let kids look at the fucking cockpit or whatever, but I never saw it. With the amount of sheer content you produce, do you ever wonder if you'll be replaced by an AI? Did you say content? You said content, didn't you? Replaced by an AI? Replicated by an AI? I mean, it's possible. I don't know. I feel like I'm probably not a notable enough figure for anyone in that industry to give enough of a fuck to do that. They probably want to pick someone that's a little bit more known. But I suppose on a long enough time scale, anything's possible. Maybe it'll even be a thing in my life like, hey, this AI will go over your social media and videos and stuff throughout your life and recreate you for just, 20 grand or whatever. And I'll be like, take it. It's my key to immortality. There could be a fucking digital me running around for years after I'm fucking dead. It'd be fun. Yeah, I've never been to Sweden. I've been to Italy. I've been to France. Been to the UK. I've been to. Been in any other countries? Been to Belgium. Yeah, I think that's it. Atheism Plus. Yeah, I remember Atheism Plus. Way to take something that's like, way to take the only ism that's actually graspable in a concrete way and try to muddle it. Do you agree with Vosh that George Floyd was manslaughtered and but not murdered? I don't think that's the position. Like from what I've seen. So I don't know if you have a specific clip you'd want me to like look at. I guess you could send it to me. But from what I've seen, I've never heard him say that. I mean, I don't really think it was first degree murder. I think if they try to charge him with that, they probably would not have succeeded. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he was convicted of second-degree unintentional homicide, and he was convicted of manslaughter as well. So I think those are reasonable charges. This is all my mother will allow me to spend for the month. Sorry. Okay. Well, I hope that you're not in trouble. What you smoke? Tobacco. It's perfectly legal tobacco. It's a combination of legally smokable herbs that are allowed. I have not started smoking again. What would have happened if the verdict was not guilty? It would have been really bad. You would have seen more rioting. You would have seen more shit getting burned down. You'd have seen that across the country. You would have seen an outpouring of fucking anger and disgust, and you would have seen rising racial tensions. You would have seen vultures like Tucker Carlson and all of those guys, instead of just basically like they're empty bitching about the verdict, they would be like nonstop covering rioting, and it'd just be like, it'd be like what happened in 2020, but like times probably like 3 or 4. It'd be really fucking nasty. It would have gone so far beyond the LA riots, you don't even, like the LA riots were in LA. This would have been a national event. Probably an international event, to be honest with you. But very worse than the United States. It definitely would have been a fucking clusterfuck for sure. Minneapolis itself would have just been like toast. How would Trump have handled it? Probably horribly. He probably would have like come on the air and been like, I don't even know. He would have fucking said some really stupid shit and probably like made everything worse. He probably would have done a bunch of shit to like inflame tensions further. So, I don't know. That's just kind of his style though. If Trump sees a clusterfuck, he figures out a way to fuck it twice as hard. So like Trump is basically just like a craziness X3 modifier for any event. If Trump's president, whatever the crazy thing is going to get 3 times crazier because of how he handles it. That's just how it goes with him. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty glad he's not president anymore, personally, but whatever. Sometimes this thing gets stuck. If progressives won out against the right and the establishment, what would be the next big debate? What would be the next schism? Oh yeah, I mean, because it's so hard to find infighting on the left, you know. Like if the progressives won and defeated the right, there would be no more. I mean, like that's all the left does is fight with each other. Like, I'm convinced that like the majority of leftists hate other leftists and liberals way more than they hate conservatives. Like, I think for like a shit ton of leftists out there, like the top thing they hate is like other leftists that don't quite meet their purity test. That's like the worst. And then the second worst is the fucking liberals. And then the least worst is the conservatives and the fucking right-wing super fascies and stuff. Like, that's like, yeah, they're bad, but that's like, whatever. You know, they're totally the opposite of me in every way. So they're kind of like, I don't know. You would think that would be worse, but for some reason it's not. For some reason, the leftist that's pretty similar to them but doesn't quite 100% agree, that's the worst. So I don't know. The left's pretty dumb. I kind of hate that I'm on the left because we're so stupid, but whatever. It's fun. I like that we're idiosyncratic at least. I wish I was living next to you so I could give my best friend to force you to lift weights with me. You have the frame for it. Yeah, that's true. I've heard that before, but you know, I hate that. I hate everything. Since he predicted the left would cannibalize itself. I mean, that's not. You don't have to be fucking that prescient. Fucking like, you know, that's. I'm not impressed with that prediction. Okay, that's like unrest in the Middle East. Oh, Nostradamus. You know what I mean? It's like no shit. Progressives are just rad libs. I'm sorry I ever was one. I'm glad I'm now a communist and not just a rad lib. I feel like you can still call communists progressives. I feel like that still falls under the same general banner, but whatever. I don't see. This is like more of that labeling shit. Thoughts on the ratchet effect, TJ? Me and Paul talked about it on the grease trap we shot today. It's probably gonna be a few weeks before it comes out, but you'll see it then. If you're a $10 patron. If you don't say the exact things they deem to be correct or proper, then you should be censored and you're a fascist despite the fact it's the very definition of fascism. I don't know. I'm not really here to give a shit about this kind of thing, but I have observed it. I don't really see any need to get emotionally invested in it. My friend did DMT, now he believes in God. Someone's drug trip, now he thinks the world needs to rediscover spiritualism. Oh my god, that must be insufferable. I don't know, I would get so fucking annoyed by that shit. I'm so glad that no one I know has ever done DMT and then started talking God shit to me. I'd be so annoyed. It's like, okay, I've tripped on acid and seen fucking like skeletons and dragons and shit. That doesn't mean they're fucking real, okay? You took a drug. You took a drug that altered your mind and you saw God on that drug and now you're like thinking that means that God's real? That's so fucking stupid. Like if you're too dumb, if you take a hallucinogen and then believe the shit you see on the hallucinogen is real life, then you shouldn't have taken that hallucinogen. You're not strong enough. That's just silly stuff. I see emojis when I close my eyes off acid. Well, at least emojis are real. God isn't. So yeah, I don't know. If I had a friend like that, I would fucking think they were the biggest fucking dork in the universe. Yeah, like I don't know. If you're too stupid to realize that if you take a hallucinogenic drug, you might see and experience crazy stuff. If you can't come back out of that and contextualize that as like, wow, that was crazy, what I just experienced while on drugs. If you get out of it and like, whoa, dude, I've seen the truth, you're officially a dumb shit. I drank a beer and became a born-again Christian. You know, that's always good. Yeah, I mean, if you're on the drug, whatever. But like, once you're off it, if you still are like, dude, would I still? Oh yeah, I tried DMT, dude. You do see the truth, TJ. Yeah. No, you don't. You see drug hallucinations. Yeah, I definitely do DMT though. That sounds fun. If I see God, I'm gonna kick him in his fucking nuts. If you do DMT and you're reborn again in a different reality, and the person who comes back is a conscious imposter, then I guess you're in another reality at that. I don't know. What do you want? What do you mean? What if? And that, I feel like that question, that what if answers itself. If that happens, then that happens. Teach you what crypto do you own? I own Dogecoin, but I don't always own it. I don't hold it. I buy it low and I sell it high. And sometimes that's worked out for me pretty well. But I don't hold. I ride the waves. That's what I do. What do you think of Elon Musk? I don't. I love Vienna sausages. Okay. I have not had a Vienna sausage in like 20 years. Time out, why fascist? I don't know. What do you mean, why fascist? I didn't call you a fascist. I don't play any video games. I'm not a video game fan. Obama or Bush? It seems you are losing subs on your main channel. You're doing good fine. I mean, like, that channel, I'm actually probably making more money on it right now than I have been in a long time, simply because I've actually started to try to get my videos monetized. So even though my views are way lower than they were, I actually make an okay amount of money, I guess, just because I'm actually monetizing stuff now, whereas for years nothing was monetized on there. But the main source of revenue I have at this point is our Patreon over on Pessimist Productions. Why are you losing subs? I don't know. Probably because I spent a lot of time trying to court a politically mixed audience. I tried to have conservative cross appeal, and now I don't. So I think a lot of people who are conservatives probably that used to be able to watch my stuff now feel like it's inaccessible to them. Also, people get unsubscribed for reasons I don't really understand. And then they'll come to me and tell me like, hey dude, I haven't seen your stuff in a while because I was unsubscribed. It's like, oh, okay. So that happens. I think there's been algorithmic shifts on YouTube about how content is presented. I'm pretty sure my channel is on some kind of weird blacklists and shit too. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of stuff like that. But who knows? It's probably a plethora of reasons. Psychedelics in general? What about them? Just that statement doesn't mean anything by itself. If you could absorb people like Majin Buu in Dragon Ball Z, who would it be? What happens when Majin Buu absorbs people again? I don't really remember. I didn't even know WrestleMania happened. Takes their power level and abilities. I guess I would absorb Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely harder. Good news. Mother gave me more money when I messaged her foot bunions. Cool. Oh, massage. Sorry, not messaged. Last WrestleMania I seen probably had Stone Cold in it. Damn. Damn. All right then. Saw the trailer for Shang-Chi. Is so what? Okay. Try again. Lift weights. We want to see jacked TJ. I mean, my arm hurts, man. What the hell? You're trying to make my arm hurt more? No one wants that. Let's look at my poor arm. It's all hurty. Ow. Yeah, I don't know. Watch the DFF intro. He's super jacked in that. That's true, man. Super jacked in that intro. I have protein, man. I got all kinds of protein and shit. Fuck you. Yeah, dude. TJ, how are you and such doing? I'm fine. Such and such. I don't care. No. I'm not wrapping my arms up and lifting light. I don't like pain. I'm gonna fucking let them be good. Yeah, I saw the Shang-Chi trailer. I don't get it. What's supposed to make me want to see that again? He didn't even have a costume. Where's his costume? Fuck that. TJ, will you ever go vegetarian or vegan? I've done it before. I don't really see myself doing it again. Possibly vegetarian. I don't think I could ever go vegan though. But even if I went vegetarian, it wouldn't be all the way. Like, I'd still cheat and eat fucking bacon and stuff. So, you know. It's not really vegetarian. Do a steroid and people split. Whoa. How much do I bench press? 1,000 pounds. Yeah, I love Plan 9 from Outer Space. I don't have any tattoos. Ugh. Man. This chat is looking rough. No shit. No, I don't warm up before lifting. I probably should have. Everyone's full of the same advice, aren't they? Which is worse, you or Hannity? I mean, Hannity. Yeah, pretty sure Hannity's worse. How does the chat look rough? When you look at it and there's like nothing, it just looks like a desolate wasteland of bullshit. What happened to you and Paul's movie channel? Me and Paul never had a movie channel. Paul had a movie channel called Cinema for Cynics, which he's working on doing some new stuff for right now. When are you launching the movie channel? You stay tuned. Sean Hannity versus Sam Harris. Who cares? Who gives a shit? I don't know what the deal is with Louisiana there. Is the nosegasm real? I don't know. I've never heard of it. I've never heard of anyone having a nosegasm. But maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'm worried about everybody out there. No. Do you follow any crypto YouTube channels? I don't really follow any now. It doesn't really take, I don't really need to follow a crypto YouTube channel to fucking ride the waves in Dogecoin. I don't really feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. So there's no real science to it. Dogecoin's down. I'll buy some. My Dogecoin is up. I will sell it. It's really not it's not rocket science, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty fucking basic shit. I don't really need a guru to figure it out, you know? If I ever got more serious about it, maybe I would. This is making me want to die. Well, Sarah, I mean, think how I feel. Yeah, come to think of it. No, it's okay. It's all good. How would you change police enforcement in this country? I mean, I think these solutions have already been discussed a bunch of times. So, social workers. I know that there's all these stupid memes where people will show like a shooting, like a shootout, like a hostage situation, and be like, imagine sending a social worker into this. Well, no one's saying send a social worker into that, okay? But, you know, I think, yeah, like cops, there should be less of them, and they should be used, like, cops are hammers, okay? Not everything's a fucking nail, okay? Sometimes things are like screws or other fucking whatever metaphor, you know? Like, you don't need a hammer for every fucking problem. There's different tools for different situations, and right now we try to use hammers as like everything can be solved with the hammer. It's like, no, everything cannot be solved with the hammer. Sometimes you need the sickle too. I don't know. No, you need different tools for different situations. The police are responsible for way more shit than they should be. You know, I would like them to deal with, hey, there is a murderer. Hey, there is a bank robber. Like, they should, murderers, bank robbers, car thieves, like, fucking real goddamn violent criminals should be handled by police. And most of this other shit should probably be handled by somebody else. Someone's having a mental health crisis, maybe don't send the hammer, you know? Maybe send someone with a little bit of like, hey, yeah, that's when you send the social worker or something, you know? Someone's having a problem, I don't know. You don't always need to send the fucking cops. Now, if we switch to that system, will there be times when a social worker shows up to something and fucking gets killed or something? Yeah, it's gonna happen. That's gonna be, and that's tragic and stuff. But, you know, that happening occasionally is probably better than cops murdering people that don't need to be fucking murdered. Really, no one needs to be murdered, honestly. But, you know what I'm saying. Send both social worker and cop. I mean, there might be situations where that's appropriate. There might be situations where it's like the social worker takes point. Hey, the social worker is going to go in there and talk to this person. If something goes wrong, the cop's going to come in. You know? Like, there could be situations like that. Like, it's probably going to, but like, figure this shit out on a case-by-case basis. Figure out what the best approach to every situation really is. Figure out when it's appropriate to send police and when it's not. You know? And obviously sometimes you're going to get it wrong. Sometimes it's going to be like, oh shit, we probably should have sent a cop to that. Oh shit, we probably should have sent a social worker to that. But like, if you have at least a standard, you're probably going to have better outcomes. Yeah, like, and the police that we do have, like, obviously need to learn way more about de-escalating situations. There's no fucking reason. Like, why do so many things get heated up when the cops arrive? Like, the police, like, their first thing they do should be like, how do we calm this fucking shit down? And it seems like they're not like that at all. They show up screaming because they got fucking hard dicks or whatever. You know, it's like, "Argh!" They think they're gonna scream the fucking situation and into controlled. It's just like, ugh. Yeah, like if you work as like a bouncer at a bar or as a security guard or any of that shit, like usually your fucking primary function is like, let's de-escalate. Because you know what? You don't want violence erupting in the middle of the establishment that you're there to protect. You know? So why is it cops don't behave like that? Right? So I don't know. I think you just gotta be careful about that kind of shit. Should the police be abolished? I mean, obviously there's legitimate functions of law enforcement. The police should not be abolished. They should be reserved for situations where they're actually needed. There could be different levels of cop as well. You know, like maybe for some calls you send the level 1 cop that has the billy club or something. You know what I mean? Like, hey, someone passed a counterfeit bill. Okay, we'll send the level 1 cop out to that, you know? Save the level 3 cop for, like, he's got hostages. You know what I mean? I don't know. Tiered approach. And then a lot of stuff, like, just flat out doesn't need cops. I have had friends who made the argument we should abolish police. I mean, that's interesting. I don't know. I mean, you know, if they got a fucking idea about how you would do that feasibly. So you abolish the police, and then someone shows up at your house and, you know, puts a gun to your head and is like, you're my hostage now, and you're going to do what I tell you, you know? Who's going to be called? You know what I mean? Like, what happens then? I don't know. Yeah. Seems like, you know, you got to have solutions to those kind of issues. Like, you have to look at all the valid functions of police and have alternate solutions to those problems if you're going to say to abolish cops. And, like, the only thing I could think you could do is, like, you'd have to just create something else that was basically exactly the same as cops. So I don't know how that works. Most cops didn't grow up in dysfunctional families. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know what the average personal history of a fucking random cop is, or like what the totality of it. Like, I don't even know if research has been done into that. I'm sure it probably has. Unless we want to abolish police, want to replace them with a better solution. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably true. I just, you know, you gotta get into what the solution actually is. Cops seem in such a rush in situations too. If they spent 2 more hours talking George down, just keeping him in place but not kneeling on his neck, he would still be alive. I don't understand. Yeah, it's like, what do you got? Like, what's so fucking, why so busy? You know what I mean? Like, even if they just like, hey, George, seem like you're having some stress here. Do you want us to call someone for you? You know, like a mental health professional or something, or you want to talk to somebody? We can get you a counselor out here or something like that. Like, he's not wilding out and being violent, so like, why not do that approach? Like, I know that to some people that sounds like namby-pamby shit, but I'm not talking about like, I'm not fucking talking about like, Simon Phoenix, get on the, you know what I mean? Like, we're not going that far. It's just like, if someone's like kind of out of sorts, but they're not like being crazy and attacking people, then maybe like talk to them and try to calm them down and like see if they need help. Seems like a pretty reasonable thing to me. I don't know. Maybe don't fucking lean on their neck for 9 minutes. If someone is clearly mentally distressed, yes. Yeah, I mean, like, what's wrong with that? Like, is that crazy? Am I crazy for thinking that? That, like, maybe a person showing mental distress, like, needs help? Police forces shouldn't be unionized. I mean, I think workers should have the right to unionize. I can't really say that I would make an exception for police. I really think the main source of the problem is honestly how we utilize police, and like the drug war, the justice system as it's set up now, our cash bail system. I mean, just like there's a lot of systemic problems. I don't think that police unions are really the source of the ills. Yeah, I want a society where more people are unionized, not less. So I don't think there's anything wrong with police having unions, but I think that within the context of the current systems, yeah, it becomes an issue. I think the police need some civilian oversight. I think there needs to be like elected community officials that are charged and tasked with like looking over what the police in their community are doing. There's a lot of fucking little things we could do to tweak that system. What's going on, TJ? You're the man. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that, Cam. Am I crazy for hating cop movies and cop shows? They feel like propaganda to me. I mean, I don't know. The more I can still watch like Beverly Hills Cop or some shit like that, where it's like so silly and so far removed from actual policing that it's like whatever. But like, yeah, like these procedural cop shows that try to like glorify cops and stuff, I'm like so just miss me with it, you know? I don't want that. It's fucking gross, to be honest. Yeah, it feels like G.I. Joe for adults. Yeah, I hated Live PD. I hated Cops. I hated all those fucking shows. I think they're just gross shows. It's like fucking so exploitative and weird and shit. Why would you give rights to a machine? Ridiculous. I mean, you give rights to a machine if it had sentience. I would anyway. I think if you don't at that point, then I don't know, fuck you. I think that machine has a right to kill you at that point. Yeah, I don't know. I would, dogs are descent from wolves, TJ. Good point. I don't know what that's apropos of, but yeah. It would be very hard to prove sentience versus simulated responses. I don't really feel like you need to. I feel like it's equally hard to prove that in human beings, right? Does a machine become sentient? I don't know. There hasn't been one yet, so we don't know. Wolves are allowed to be pets in some states, like what the fuck? Okay, I mean, whatever, I guess. If you have the proper ability to care for wolves, I guess it should be allowed. I don't know. I don't really know what the needs of a wolf are. Why are humans so ready to take the rights away from something that may or may not want them? I don't know. Do I have any Asian friends? Yeah, I guess. I guess I have some Asian friends. But I don't really have many very close friends in general. Yeah, I mean, like, once you know that people have tigers as pets, wolf doesn't seem all that crazy, right? Arg, I can't lake life anymore. No more laking life. Emotional support gator, huh? I like emotional support gators. I hate that we lost the specificity of the word Oriental because I'm Arabic, so I'm technically Asian. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Oriental, I never really heard that it's become a racist term, but it kind of feels like a racist term at this point. So, I don't know. I guess we kind of have lost that word. I do actually make videos in my garage. My entire studio is a converted garage, so. Emotional support, Montel Williams for everyone. Yeah. Yeah, the algorithm sucks. The algorithm is a piece of shit. I'm gonna see if I can do that thing where I read the chat through this thing. Yeah, let's do black and white. Euro scum? Yeah. What is this? I'm glad you exist, TJ. I feel like you walk a unique line in your perspective. We need more of that. Thank you. You're a sweet boy. Ugh. So I think we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna do it this way. Yeah. And then all I have to do, no, don't do that. I go in here, I mute this up, and then I can see the chat on my TV. Thanks, Chasen Tom. You're sweet. You're a sweet person, Chasen Tom. Your kindness is noted, sir. Put my butt pillow here, and I can put my legs up. I can just chill. Yeah. See, now I'm super comfy. Favorite fictional future: Star Trek, Blade Runner, Terminator, etc. I like the Terminator future because humans are all dead and robots have taken over. I guess John Connor kind of ruins it. What a jerk. Or I guess some Mexican girl ruins it. Either way, I don't know. One of them ruins it. Da 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 da. Now that you have accepted my money, I own your soul. Shit. I guess you weren't as sweet as I thought. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous to think that humans could actually beat an army of Terminators. I don't know how that would work. I don't think it would. I think that Dark Fate. I don't think that. I don't know. I feel like the Terminator franchise is just so fucking ruined at this point that there's just no point. I don't think you could possibly bring it back. If you could make a prawn parody of any property, what would it be? Huh. Man, I don't know. Porn parody of any property. Fuck. The Thing. That would be pretty fucked up. The Thing just like has all these dicks and pussies and shit. I don't know, man. Had to be something cool. Had to be something over the top. Something that's epic that would require like a $150 million budget. Star Trek First Contact is like the best Star Trek film with the Next Generation crew. But, like, honestly, I don't know. I don't even like the original series, but those guys had better movies. God, this sucks. I'm out. Yeah, whatever, Tyler. We know you're not going anywhere. You say that, and then you're still here, and you say something 20 minutes from now. So. Um, Star Trek Third Base. Amazed Shatner is still making TV shows and movies. The dude's 90 years old, yeah. And he's a fat 90-year-old, too. Worst place you've lived / visited. Worst place I ever lived was Macomb, Illinois. Worst place I ever visited, probably Toledo, Ohio. Yeah, there's ads on some of my more recent videos. I've been being way more conscious to stay within the guidelines of YouTube monetizability. What COVID vax I get? I got the Moderna vaccine. Have you noticed nowadays Bill Maher gets increasingly angry with his audience when they don't laugh at his jokes and calls them woke? No. I think that the problem Bill Maher is having is that his jokes are increasingly not funny. I don't think it has to do with the wokeness of the audience. I think it probably has to do with the quality of the jokes that he's getting written for him declining seriously. I think that he needs to get some fresh talent in his writer's room. Yeah, I don't know. Like Bill Maher, I used to be able to like. I didn't always agree with Bill Maher, but I used to be able to tolerate his show, and like now, like I don't know, like he's so. Like when I first saw Bill Maher back in the day, he was calling himself a libertarian, and he was like very like took the libertarian-y type of stance on shit. And then it seemed like he moved way left, and now it seems like he's moved way center right. So I mean, like I've seen him just like kiss up more and more to the establishment throughout the fucking course of his career, to the point where now he's like he was just like an Amy Klobuchar supporter and shit. It's just like I don't understand that. Just you know, and all of his takes now are just like so like silly and like I don't know, culture war-y and shit. Like every time I fucking do hear about Bill Maher doing anything, it's always some stupid crap where he's like, these goddamn millennials and their pink hair. It's like, what the fuck is this? This is like reheated fucking 2015 Sargon of Akkad shit. Just fucking, come on. It's 2021, bitch. You're fucking like 6 years behind the times with this shit. I don't know. He's like, he ain't for me. Yeah, he's just another little Democratic Party shill, so I don't know. Hey, Shabisky. Bill Maher is way better if you hate his guts. Yeah, I can't even bring myself to do that. Once you're worth $150 million, it's hard to be a leftist. Maybe. I mean, I don't really need Bill Maher to be a leftist, though. I just expect him to be, like, an actually reasonable liberal. Like, you know, I expect him to be, like, an Elizabeth Warren liberal. That's all I need from Bill Maher. Like, be as reasonable as, like, Elizabeth Warren or David Pakman or something, and you're fine. You know? Watch Kraut's video on healthcare. Oh God. Do you like John Oliver? He's one of the better talking head Democrats. Yeah, I like John Oliver stuff. I feel like he's a very good presenter. I don't always agree with his opinions, but you know, I guess that goes without saying. I look ripe. What does that mean? Someone translate that. Did Game of Thrones have a good ending? Hey, Tyler. You didn't leave after all, huh? I'm shocked. Game of Thrones, yeah, it was fine, whatever. Wait, no, it had a horrible ending. What are you talking about? Get out of here. That's not even a question. I think he means like ready to eat. God damn, I'm always ready to eat. You know me. You remember when Bill Maher said comic books were for children and they were the reason Trump got elected? Yeah, I don't know what his like big anti-imagination stance is, but like he hates movies unless they're like within a very like he has like a very rigid thing about what a good movie is that's like ridiculously limiting. Because, like, apparently he doesn't like movies that are remotely sad. It has to be an upper. It has to be an uplifting movie, but it can't have any supernatural elements because that's, like, kiddie stuff. I don't know. And then he hates comic books. And he hates anything that's not, like, 100% this is for adults. Like, you know, he's, like, the only stoner on Earth that probably wouldn't be down to watch some cartoons. So, I don't know. Bill Maher fucking sucks. Like, he's so fucking up his own ass. And it's not even a good ass. Boomer playing the yuppie hipster. Yeah, I don't know. I don't play video games. Bill Maher's favorite TV show is Roots, and movie is The Amistad. Oh my God. Who the fuck's favorite show is Roots? Who the fuck's favorite movie is Amistad? That's fucking... I mean, come on. You gotta be fucking pulling my leg with that bullshit. There's no way. No one's favorite fucking movie is Amistad, dude. He had a good point on the Oscars. No, he didn't. Dude, that's the thing. I hate the fucking Oscars, and Bill Maher's take on it was so shit that it actually made me fucking feel defensive of the fucking Oscars. Like, he was that far off the fucking mark. And, like, a lot of his reads of, like, this is depressing is, like, really superficial. Like, oh, there's a drummer, but he goes deaf. That's depressing. It's like, wait, isn't the whole movie about him, like, overcoming adversity and shit? Like, I haven't seen it, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's, like, just super depressing throughout. He loses his ability to hear, and then he fucking gets sad and kills himself. Like, if that's how it goes, I guess maybe he's got a point. But I don't think that's how a fucking movie... if I know movies, that's not how that movie happens. So, I don't know. And I don't remember the other ones he brought up, but, like, I mean... This idea that, like, every movie's gotta fucking blow smoke and rainbows up your ass is, like, whatever. I'm not with it. Like, if the fucking movies, if the best picture fucking contenders happen to all be depressing and bleak, then so fucking be it. God, I need to get a girlfriend? Yeah, you probably do. But you never will, because you're a loser, so just accept that you're here. Oscars is literally just Hollywood billionaires trying to relate to normal people by lecturing us about politics. I don't even think it's that. I just feel like it's just Hollywood sucking Hollywood's dick, and the rest of us are supposed to watch and enjoy it for some reason. Like, I don't really understand why I'm supposed to care that Hollywood is sucking itself off. You know what I mean? You guys want to suck yourselves off? Awesome. I don't see why I need to be involved in it, though. Is this the black pill? No, this is the beige pill. Take the beige pill. Learn the mundane truth. Do you think 5.8 is short for a man? I think it's a little short. I think it's a little on the short side, maybe. I don't know. I need to moisturize my beard. It's itchy. I'm 5'8", we friends. I mean, I'm not judging anyone by their fucking height, so whatever. Film should express difficult to understand emotions. It's a great medium for that. I feel like film should just entertain people first and foremost. Like, a movie, first and foremost, should be entertaining. That's the first bar it has to clear. Like, if it's... Like, a movie can be like, it's poignant, it's beautifully shot, whatever. If it's not entertaining, who gives a shit if it's any of those things? Like, everything else after entertaining is just icing on the cake. A movie should be entertaining first and foremost, and anything it is beyond that is you know, that's a plus. But it doesn't need to be anything else besides entertaining, in my book. You know, I'm about sick of these Ricky Gervais Golden Globes, aren't I a naughty boy bullshit, by the way. Because it's the same fucking shit. He goes up there, he's like, oh, fine, I made a naughty joke. Oh, I made another naughty, I'm a naughty boy. They won't be inviting me back. And then, like, 2 or 3 years later, they do. He's like, oh, I'm coming back. But this time... I'm gonna get even more raunchy. And then he's like, he does it. He's like, oh, I'm a naughty boy. They'll invite me back again. And then they do. And it's like, okay, fool me once, fool me. Like, yeah, I get it. I get the shtick now, all right? you act like you're gonna say stuff they don't want you to say, and then they act like, oh, whoa, he went too far, and then you fucking comment about how they're never bringing you back this time, and then they do, and then the whole cycle just repeats over and over again. Like, literally, that's been how the pattern has gone every fucking time, and it's been like 5 fucking times. And it's like every time they're like, he's not coming back to do it again. He's not coming back to do it again. It's like, yes, he is. Yes, he is. In a couple of years, we're going to hear it again. Ooh, they're going to do a Ricky Gervais Golden Globes again. It's like, okay. And it's going to be the same thing. He's going to do his little thing. And oh, whoa. Can you believe he said this and that thing and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, whoa, now that he's really crossed the line, they're never bringing him back again now. Because he really crossed the line this time, you guys. And it's a bunch of bullshit. He didn't cross no fucking line. Every fucking word he said was approved. Fuck that. I'm sick of the fucking bullshit. If he truly went up there and said something dangerous, he would never be fucking back. So suck my fucking cock on that one. Yeah, like 90. You ever know? I don't know. I'm just tired of 90% of Ricky Gervais's fucking shit being about how he's so edgy and like, oh, I'm fucking. Ugh. It's like, yeah, just keep making your afterlife show. That's better than your actual stand-up at this point. Anyway, yeah, I'm over it. Pseudo shock value. Yeah. Like I'm tired of his own. I'm tired of his fawning love letters to his own edginess. Is what I'm really saying. I'm not saying I don't think he's funny. I think he's really funny. I'm not saying I don't think he's talented. I think he's really fucking talented. But I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this like fawning. Like you could just tell. Like he looks in the mirror every morning and makes out with it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm so edgy. I'm so fucking dangerous. Oh, Ricky. Oh, Ricky, you're so fun. You blow my mind. It's like, okay. All right, Rick. We got you, bud. Do you at least like Sarah? I never really cared about Sarah Silverman. I'd motorboat her big fucking titties, but it's about as far as I go. Don't you do that? Shut up, Sean. LMAO. Someone please animate this soundbite. Well, you can always do that. So people like Gervais and Dawkins really sort of fell off their Victorian podium in the mid-2000s. I don't really know what that's supposed to mean. I'm probably too stupid to get that remark. That couch looks positively delightful. How comfortable is it? Can I sleep on it? It's okay. You still have Squeaks the cat? Yeah, I still have Squeaks the cat. I think it's really weird that you said his name like that, but Here are the woman who accused David Pakman of holding her hostage and torturing her. I'm just gonna say right off the bat, without hearing any of the details, that I 100% do not believe that. I literally don't believe that. That sounds like the most batshit crazy fucking, like, I don't know, like, if there's no fucking way. There's just no fucking way. I don't buy it. I know maybe I shouldn't dismiss just offhand, but like, it's David Pakman. There's no way. There's no way he did that. Because if David Pakman did that, he would be interesting. And he can't be interesting because he's David Pakman. So, yeah, no way. Didn't happen. Do I consider myself a misanthrope? I suppose I do. Which decade had the best movies in your view? I like 80s films. I'm really keen on those. Favorite movie I've watched this year? So 2021. I'm not sure. What if David Pakman held TJ hostage? Dude, David Pakman literally could not hold me hostage. I mean, I don't want that to come across as like a brag or something, but like David Pakman could not hold me hostage. TJ stop? TJ stop what? Shut up, Tyler. You stop, bitch. On the last Flash Fried, you guys said said OJ is a murderer even though the jury says he's not, but then laughed at people saying the jury is wrong in the Floyd case. Care to explain? Yeah. People in the Floyd jury aren't wrong. People in the OJ jury were wrong. Explanation over. I don't know what you want. Why couldn't David Pakman hold you hostage? Because I would just walk. I just wouldn't let him. I'd just walk out of there. Arkham's razor? Get out of here. Crystal Ball versus AOC. Who would win a fist fight? I don't know. I don't care. What a stupid question. What if he had a gun? I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. He's not going to use it. If I get shot by David Pakman, so be it. Like, I'm going to walk out of that room. Like, if I walk in a room and David Pakman pulls out a gun and he's like, "You're my hostage now," I'm going to be like, "Nope." I'm just going to turn around and walk away. And if he shoots me, he shoots me. But I'm not fucking being his hostage. You know, I'd rather my obituary say "shot in the back by David Pakman" than be held hostage by David Pakman, dude. I don't know why David Pakman is such a topic of discussion here, but whatever. Yeah, imagining David Pakman as a hostage taker kind of is almost like trying to imagine Matthew Broderick as the Joker. My mind literally can't do it. No, I don't really agree. I don't agree with the person who said that I still would have died his hostage at that point. I feel like in order for someone to be a hostage, the person has to hold them for a period of time. If I immediately, the second he produces the gun, attempt to get away, then for no period of time did he hold me as a hostage. So no. Could David Pakman beat me in a fight? David Pakman couldn't beat a piece of toast in a fight, is what I'm saying here. If he shot TJ, his body would fall like a giant redwood and crush Pakman. Yeah, even in death, I would defeat him, okay? You officially become his hostage when he declares you as a hostage under the threat of violence. No, I don't. That's not how that works. No, I would actually have to submit to be a hostage. Like, you and I don't agree on what a hostage is. If you had a knife, well, if you had a knife, then yeah, I'd still walk away. I don't know. I'd walk away I'd have even less reservation about walking away. Because a knife is not a distance weapon unless he knows how to throw it, which very few people do, and he certainly doesn't. BoJack Horseman was a good show. No, when I first met Paul, he was not a smoker, and I was, and we've switched. Now he's a smoker and I'm not. Did I watch Hereditary? Yes, I've watched Hereditary. This is when Paul would go apeshit on the chat. Why? What has the chat done? Did you watch Us? Like the movie Us? The chat has become X versus X. Who wins? That's true. Yeah, the smoking habit was a tough one. Does Scotty smoke? No. Midsummer had so much potential. Why was there no horror scene involving the psychedelics? I don't know. I didn't see it. What'd you do if David Pakman tried to bully you in person? I wouldn't have to do anything. Imagine Ben Shapiro holding you hostage. Yeah. Does Scotty still freak out constantly? I don't. What? Can you just go watch the show? I mean, I still do a show with him. You can go watch him. You can go watch the three of us all interact together and see how everyone is. I could see Jimmy Dore running a torture chamber, sure. Do you think Pimp Monk is still alive? Yes. I think he's still alive. I do believe he is. Should a kid be able to watch Seven? My dad took me to see the movie Seven when it came out, and I was probably like 7 or 8, and my brother was probably like 6 or 7 or something like that. I don't know. We were both young, so we watched it as kids in the theater. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's an endorsement or not. I'll let you judge. I used to like Dore a lot. I shared too much of his stuff and had it flagged as false in the screaming. Just, I don't know. He has a lane and good for him, but I'm getting older and it just grates now. Yeah, I don't know. I like Jimmy Dore's takes on stuff here and there, but for the most part, I don't know. He seems like he's way more emotional than he is reasonable. Like, he's just one of these, like, people that, like, is ostensibly on the left, but it seems like his main thing is that he hates Democrats. And I really don't get that kind of, like, lefty that's, like, way more concerned about Democrats than Republicans, because clearly Republicans are, like, 500 times as evil. So I don't really get that one. Like, the worst thing I can really say about the Democrats is they don't resist the Republicans enough. And that they're, like, too in bed with Republicans. So, like, really, like, my major criticisms of the Democrat Party tend to be that they don't fucking offer sufficient resistance to Republican ideology. But then when I look at Republican ideology, it's like, holy fuck, these people are nuts. And that's just the party. Like, the voters of the party are actually, like, way crazier than the party itself. Like, they want even wackier shit. Like, you look into, like, Republican voters and what they believe, a lot of times it's fucking insane. Thanks to Seven, I'm gonna forever think a chopped off head in a box when I hear Gwyneth Paltrow's name. Cool. Which is why Dore has a problem with Dems. The issues you mentioned are a big deal. Yeah, but like it seems like he has more of a problem with Democrats than he does Republicans, which doesn't make sense to me if you're on the left in any way, shape, or form. I'm not even saying Jimmy Dore's a leftist, but even if he's left-leaning, I feel the same way about his hero, Tulsi Gabbard. I feel like all of the Tulsi stans did a real weird character arc and are still in the midst of it. Vosh is the definition of cringe. I have to disagree with you there. I like Vosh's content. Ball's ego is pretty emotional about his politics. Sure, I guess so. I don't know. I argue with Paul on politics sometimes, and I do think that he could sometimes be emotional, but I can also be emotional. I don't know. I feel like there should definitely be passion in your politics. I think there's a point when it crosses a line. But I think that what Paul's ego does on his ideology channel is fundamentally different than what Jimmy Dore does. Because Paul's ego presents himself as, I'm a man, I'm sitting on my back porch, and I'm telling you what's on my mind. And Jimmy Dore presents himself as though he's some sort of authority. I think there's like a big difference there. I don't think Paul's ego tries to assume authority in the way that Jimmy Dore does. I don't think that I don't think I try to do that either. And if I do try to do that, it's because I've very carefully thought out what I want to say. But Jimmy Dore tries to present himself like he literally tried to use his position as a YouTuber to try to like orchestrate a political strategy that he demanded that the squad do, and if they didn't, then he's gonna like lambast them as fakes forever on his show. And like he honestly, I think, expected them to do it, or he thought there was some chance that they'd do it, just because he said to, which is really bizarre. It's like, that's not even close to being your lane. You're an internet broadcaster. You're not a fucking politician. So I don't know. Jimmy gonna revoke their leftist card. I don't know. I just I don't get him. I don't get the force the vote thing. It was a really strange strategy. It seemed totally meaningless to me. Like, if you're gonna force the vote, force it on something that has a chance of passing. Don't force it on something that's gonna just like completely fail. Because if you put you guys know, if Medicare for All was put to a vote, it would have just been roundly and soundly defeated, and it would have made the progressives look like fucking idiots. I feel like some of these lefties get stuck in like a box where they don't see outside their little bubble, and they don't realize that most Americans are not in their little lefty box and don't fucking care about these sorts of virtue signally fucking gestures. Most Americans couldn't tell you fucking Medicare for All from a goddamn hole in the ground, okay? Like, polling shows pretty conclusively to me that most Americans do not understand the issue of healthcare very well at all. Most Americans don't care about politics at all. I mean, I'm talking about even the ones that do, though. Like, most Americans want healthcare, but they really don't make this big. They're not policy wonks that are making a huge differentiation between like expanding the Affordable Care Act to have a public option versus Medicare for All. Like, I know that Medicare for All is a way better idea because, maintaining the infrastructure of the private insurance industry, you're going to keep all of the systemic problems of that. If you just do a public option and have private insurance competing with that, you have a two-tiered system where all the poor people are going to get funneled into an inferior system than everyone else gets. And it's going to be shit. But most Americans don't fucking see that. Most Americans don't fucking recognize that reality. They still think, they're still scared of getting rid of their insurance companies. You know, and that's why every time they put Medicare for All up for polling, they ask you to support Medicare for All. It's like, oh yeah. Well, you support Medicare for All if it abolishes the insurance industry, which it totally does. I mean, there could be some supplemental insurance, but basically it dismantles the insurance industry. And they're like, oh, no. I'm scared of that because that sounds too transformative. Americans are afraid of change. So until most Americans have a solid grasp of what Medicare for All even is, the virtue signal doesn't even make fucking sense. So Jimmy Dore is just basically blowing smoke up his audience's ass and fucking jerking himself off. I don't give a fuck about that guy. Is the hole in your DMs wet? What? Is the hole in my DMs wet? What does that mean? Did you see Kyle's latest video on Noam Chomsky's interview and how he disagreed with Noam on Force the Vote? No, I didn't see it. Let's see. Secular talk. Noam Chomsky on Force. Here it is. Wow, dude. Kyle's video views are in the toilet. That's crazy. He's almost getting as bad of views as me. Except he posts more, so I guess that's a saving grace.
Segment. I'm doing this segment because I want everybody to yell at me and dislike the video.
Cool.
Alright, I'm kidding. That's not why I'm doing this segment. I'm doing this segment because I think it's important and I want to talk about it, even though this debate literally is dead and gone because the moment of opportunity was missed.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's a good point. I don't know why we're still arguing about this. Oh my god, it's 18 minutes long? Holy shit.
Went on a podcast. Hold on one second and I'll get you the Vanguard podcast. And he was asked about Force the Vote. And he gave a very definitive answer. Let's watch and then I'll respond.
That's what I wanted to ask you about, Professor. And I don't know how much, if at all, you pay attention to the online leftist community, but one of
Dude, I've been invited on this show, I feel like. I think these guys invited me on their show.
the more fracturing and extremely divisive debates
I should probably go on this.
occurred over this idea called Force the Vote, which sought to pressure progressive congresspeople into using their
Dude, Noam Chomsky is turning into an actual gnome.
leverage to essentially threaten Speaker Pelosi's re-election, and as a result, potentially get some policy concessions, or at very least a floor vote on Medicare for all. If you paid attention at all to this debate, did you have an opinion on the strategy? And do you think that elected progressives, congresspeople like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez or Ro Khanna, who believe in policies like Medicare for all and a Green New Deal, have a responsibility to be fighting to push President Joe Biden and his administration even harder by using their leverage in instances like this, or to hold up key bills in order to get policy concessions?
Let's take a look at the real world, not a dream world, the world we live in. Suppose you manage to push Pelosi to say, let's have a vote on Medicare for all, and in the Senate push Schumer to have it. We know exactly what's going to happen. 50 Republicans will vote against it. A large number of Democrats will vote against it. 2 certainly, Manchin and Sinema, probably plenty of others. So what we're saying is, let's do something to be defeated. Is that a stretch?
How come I'm as smart as Noam Chomsky? I'm a fucking high school dropout. How come I see this shit every bit as clear as this motherfucking effete intellectual? Could have heard this. I've said the same shit. I said this exact same shit. All I hear is mumbling. Well, that's how Noam Chomsky talks. You're gonna have to fucking. You are both wrong. Shut up, Jimmy Dore. That's just how Noam Chomsky is. I can't help you there. That's not. That's just how it is.
It's nice to say, I want this. But we're not children who say, I want this piece of candy. I'm going to ask for it even if I'm locked up in my room.
Now, Chomsky goes on to basically say, this isn't the answer, this isn't the solution. The solution is, and I quote, intensive organizing on the ground. So he says, this is not the way to achieve it. The way to achieve it, you have to start with the intensive organizing on the ground. Now, I mean, I would say, yes, no, that's exactly right. The answer is intensive organizing on the ground. But you need a spark in order to do that. And you need a unifying force to be able to do that. You need a moment in time.
How is forcing a vote that fucking resoundingly fails the spark that does that, though? Like, okay, if the fucking people of this country were like clamoring for Medicare for all, and they really understood the difference between Medicare for all and a public option, like if they really got this stuff and they were policy wonks out there in the populace that were like, we want Medicare for all and we will accept no substitutes, and then you put Medicare for all up for a vote and it got fucking declined, that would be a spark. But I don't think that's what I don't think that's the populace you have out there. I don't think those are the material conditions on the fucking ground. I think most people, they don't understand what Medicare for all is. They don't understand the principal differences between Medicare for all and amending a public option under the Affordable Care Act. They don't get they do not fundamentally understand the key differences between the approach that Joe Biden has advocated for and done nothing on, by the way, and the approach advocated for by Bernie Sanders.
And an aim and a goal that lights the fire under everybody's ass, so they start doing the work and doing it with more people than ever before. So he says the answer is intensive organizing on the ground. What do you think can and will trigger the intensive organizing on the ground? Maybe trying to force the vote in the middle of a pandemic for universal health care. Okay, so listen. Let me rewind a second. I'll break this down a little more specifically, but let me just say up front, I love Noam Chomsky. He's one of the biggest intellectual influences on me. He's a living legend, and he's not some sort of corrupt neoliberal, okay? And I think this is important to point out because you don't malign somebody's intentions when there's no reason to do so. So that's just counterproductive, and more importantly, it's just factually wrong. So it is possible for sometimes to just disagree with people, and in my opinion, for people to be very wrong.
Yeah, I think it's a great example of that. I don't know. I don't think it would have been a spark that would have lit anything. I think it would have basically made the progressives look weak. I think it would have made them look like they can't get things done, which is already a reputation they have, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree, but hey, the moment has passed, so what are you even going to do? Richard Dawkins stripped of Humanist of the Year award. Yeah, I saw. I agree with that, by the way. Like a bed bug. What about a bed bug? What are we talking about? What's like a bed bug? What do you think is/are the reason your YouTube views are sucking balls lately, besides simple loss of viewer interest on duration of viewship? I don't know. I mean, I just noticed that Kyle Kalinske views not looking too great either. I know that he's lost a lot of views. I mean, YouTube does so much fuckery and trickery and shit. And, you know, obviously, I no longer have the conservative cross appeal I once had, and there's a bunch of other factors, so. Ooh, that's cool. That's a cool lighting shot. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's too ridiculous. Let's go eat some food, huh? Tired of this not eating food kind of shit. Yeah, that should be my stock answer when people ask me that. It's like, YouTube censors the left. I am censored because I am the left. I feel like this feels like footnotes to me. Yeah, I mean, the issue of climate change is massively under discussed. Maybe because it just feels too big for people or something, I don't know. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Eat this fucking cereal. How are those MSNBC checks coming, TJ? Oh, they're so good. Rachel Maddow just sent me one. She's such a sweetheart, you know? I have interesting stories. Tell them. Tell your tales. Oh my god, the fuck oing timing sucks balls. What the fuck does that mean? Tell your tall tales. The moment hasn't passed. Bernie can force the vote as a budget chairman anytime. Why do you think it's passed? Well, the specific scenario that Jimmy Dore... You have to read the above. Okay, sorry. TJ, let me drill a hole in your DMs and let me slide in like a bed bug. Dude, you can fucking go in the goddamn DMs anytime you want. My Twitter DMs are open. There's nothing preventing you from writing me there. What kind of cereal? The worst cereal of all, Life. All right, I'm leaving you guys at my cereal here for a second.
Shit.
Corn Pop, go to bed. No one wants to hear that shit. Damn, he's going nuts. No. Cat's going fucking psycho. Cats so dumb. Dogs are smart. Quit trying to get me to lift weights. This is Paul on the shirt. It's the dumber shirt. Drift into the infinite void. What the hell does that mean? Does that mean I'm gonna die? It's kind of funny to turn Paul's hatred of the modern world into a capital venture. Yeah. I agree. Do I still drink coffee? Not much. Not much of a coffee drinker, no. Is dumber a synonym of realistic? Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty much into the dumber thing. Do we still sell this shirt? I don't know. Have you talked to Halcyon lately? Sure. You seem like a coffee addict. I'm not. I think I got some dandruff issues going on. Do I grow crops and slaughter livestock? Yeah. All the time. You're a crazy man, TJ. Thanks. I appreciate it. Boop. Yeah. That's good stuff. Hey, mambo Italiano. Stop rocking, you spaz. Can't stop the rocking, motherfucker. tier list of all the pets I've owned. I don't know. They're all great. Have you considered growing your own food in all seriousness? No. Why? I'd rather other people do that. I'm pretty okay with the concept of not growing my own food. I'm pretty okay with the concept of that being outsourced to others. I don't really think I should have to fuck with it. I've never been hard to get in contact with. Alright, see you, Runic Vision. Thanks for coming by. Dude, I DM you like every day. I know. I see it. I've seen it. It's usually batshit insane. Shockingly enough. But hey, rock on. Do you miss the old YouTube? I guess sometimes. Damn, that chicken and dumplings sure make you gassy. Thanks. Do you still find pleasure in life and all its wonders? What kind of stupid ass question is that? Is the average atheist IQ smarter than the average Christian? Sure, why not? Probably. Friendly Jordy? No, I don't know who that is. What a loser. He still enjoys life. Lol. Yeah, what a pussy. Pussy has to tell him lies about life. Just to get through the day, he's got to be like, yeah, life is great. Like, what are you talking about, you psycho? What is your worst fan interaction? I don't know. They're all bad. All of them. No one can enjoy life but me. Yeah. Well, I don't know. You guys are starting to bore me. But I'm kind of too lazy to get up and turn it off, so whatever. Eventually, though. Sal, quit making that noise. It's like stressing me out. Like there's no reason for that. Yeah. You're boring too, TJ. I ain't boring. I'm only boring because you're fucking boring. Do something entertaining. Ask me something entertaining. Jump up and down. Fuck you. What's wrong, Sal? Aw. Okay, buddy. I know. I gotcha. It's okay. I know. Okay. Alright, buddy. Okay. Alright. I know. Okay. Okay. Hey. Settle down. Okay. Okay. Calm down. Alright, buddy. Why you so hyper, huh? Can you go outside or something? Is that it? It's kind of late for that, but okay. If you really gotta go, go on. Go outside. You can go outside, go. I'll be right back. Actually, I won't. This is probably an opportunity to say goodbye to you guys as well. Pit bulls are not dangerous. Quit being a stupid pussy. Anytime I see anti-pit bull people, I want to fucking show them who's really dangerous. But whatever. I guess I need to learn to be tolerant of others and their stupid points of view. Ugh. Sorry, I'm picking something up that spilled earlier. Okay. All right, Sal. Wanna go outside, buddy? Okay. I know. Go potty. Don't go crazy. I don't remember if I closed the fucking front gate or not. I think it's closed. I see I haven't fucking hung up on you guys yet. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, it's closed. Every pit bull I've ever met has been like super sweet. This idea that pit bulls are mean. You're probably just fucking apprehensive around them and they fucking pick up on it. The never-ending stream. Look, there's some fucking examples of like poorly bred pit bulls that have like an over-aggressive streak because they've been bred to that. But like, that's not most pit bulls. Like, there's been bad breeding and there's been bad socializing. Because there's this like reputation of like this is the tough dog or whatever the fuck. So yeah, there's definitely problems, but this like blanket idea of pit bulls being like a bad breed of dog is like stupid as fuck. I'm glad you stopped calling Jake from Bible Reloaded S Jake W. It was really cringy. I don't think I've stopped that. I just don't really talk about him much anymore. But yeah, he's still S Jake W. Especially now that I know you don't like it. That's true. Pitbull is a bad musician. I can't deny that one. How come there's no yogurt commercials that are targeting men? Do men not eat yogurt? Because I eat yogurt. I have some yogurt right now, see? This is fucking goddamn strawberry banana yogurt, okay? That's good shit. Why isn't that good shit? I feel like that's good shit. Because you's gay. Yeah, banana. Is there something funny about that? You like bananas? Jake also thinks Paul is a doomer. Paul is a doomer. Although I think I might be a bigger one. I think I should be on the doomer shirt. I think I'm a bigger doomer, but I'm not as depressed about the doom. Maybe that's why I don't come across as big of a doomer. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm sticking around. Damn, you annihilated that cup, son. I don't really, I mean, like, everything's tiny to me, you know? Cool answer now. Cool answer this now. You sold out and drank the Kool-Aid, TJ. You capitulated to beliefs you used to be against, and you've come to love your oppressors. Wait, answer that? That's not a question. I don't see a question in that. Why don't you can you phrase it in the form of a question? Being a doomer makes me feel better about not lying to myself and being delusional. Okay, good for you. That was from 30 minutes ago. Ugh, sure, yeah. Well, what am I supposed to say to it? Like, you say a bunch of dumb bullshit, and I'm supposed to fucking, like, have a response, like, ask a question out of it. Could be in a dumb shit. Who's my oppressor, first of all? I want to know who my fucking oppressor is. Tosh.0 is canceled. Why? Like, wait, canceled in, like, the old sense of the word canceled? Like, the show has been canceled? Or, dude, his name is Ugandan Knuckles. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm taking him seriously. This is fucking the Ugandan Knuckles of fucking meme fame of like 3 years ago or whatever. Or whenever the fuck that was. I'm a legend, bro. What you on about? That's what I'm saying. I said you were a fucking legend, right? That's when I just said that shit. Quit being stupid. Corn Pop, you can't come out. Squeaks' food is out. You can come out, but you gotta stay in here. You willing to accept those terms? You can't come. You can't even stay in here. There's too much shit in here even you can fuck with. You're gonna have to fucking just accept imprisonment for now. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just not, the world ain't here for you right now. How did you celebrate 420? I don't remember. I did things, I guess. I don't know. Bloop, 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 bloop. What time is it? I don't know. I can't really see. I guess it's 4:51 a.m. So I guess I should probably go to sleep or something. I don't know. Probably be a good idea. Yeah, I probably should do that. Where's the remote? Ah, there it is. Whatever, just forget it. All right, I already did. I mean, it was dumb anyway. It was like, you have lost your way, and now you kowtow to the oppressors that you once opposed. But you won't define what any of that actually means in any sort of tangible, measurable terms. Because you're just a full of shit little bitch. So, you know. Whatever, though. Damn it, Squeaks, you son of a bitch. Damn, Sal, you fucking jetting around. Yeah, get him, Sal. Damn it, Squeaks, you son of a fucking bitch, man. This motherfucking cat gets out so fucking much now. What a twat. Alright. Sal, hope you're happy. You let Squeaks get out. You're a piece of shit. Come on, Sal. Come inside. Well, I am gonna go try to catch my cat. I probably will not succeed, but that's what I'm gonna do. See you fuckers later.